We welcome you here to the Northstar Network, streaming live on YouTube. I'm Joey Cox, your play-by-play commentator for tonight's matchup. The 8-1 Northstars are taking on the 6-6 Indian River Wolves. I'm Joey Cox. Again, your play-by-play commentator, joined here by some familiar names, but not in this commentating position, and that would be Owen Lynch and Alex Schneible. They'll be producing and camera operating, but they'll also be on the call. Great to have you guys here.
Yeah, I'm honored.
Yep. Thanks, Joey. I'm really excited to be here. It should be a fun matchup tonight between CNS and Indian River.
Now, Alex, you were talking about it earlier before the game. The North Stars coming off that tough loss to the Wildcats last week. Both teams previously undefeated. North Stars handed their first loss of the season, and really a close matchup. And North Stars looking to bounce back. This is their kind of, the bounce back kind of game to get their momentum back for the back half of the season. So teams lining up.
Teams getting ready to rumble.
Yeah. Yep. Kendall Rumble out there ready to rumble, as we like to say. At Grace Schmid, Kendall Rumble, Aaron Abernathy, Carson Greco, Peyton Lamott, and Viv Beardsley joining the starting lineup for the North Stars. Paige Munger also out there. So interesting one. Maybe just because it's a little bit of an easier opponent for the North Stars is why we don't see. So Aaron Abernathy actually is not out there. It's Paige Munger. They changed things up last second there, but interesting to not see Grace Terrell in the starting lineup. You got Viv Beardsley out there, left outside hitter for the North Stars. So we'll see if it affects anything. She's only played 6 sets compared to Grace Terrell's 31. So could be strength of opponent. We'll see.
Let's see what happens.
All right. So Marissa Diarelli, the libero for the Wolves, out to start this one. And a quick point by the North Stars as Grace Schmid scores quickly.
Great way to start for CNS.
Now Kendall Rumble here. The first serve for the North Stars. And a great combination block and hit by Beardsley and Lamott.
You can see, a lot of teamwork within CNS. They really work together throughout the years here. They know what they're doing.
And Owen, you were saying this is one of the biggest, one of the most improved North Star teams you've seen in a while.
Yes.
Oh, what a dig by Grace Schmid to keep this play alive. Munger sends it over the net. And that one out sky high is Michaela Bigelow of the Indian River Wolves. Sends that one out of bounds. But, yeah.
As you were saying, my 3 years of recording, I've seen great improvements from the volleyball team.
Yeah, last year they had their share of struggles.
Yeah.
And this year started out undefeated. Unfortunate loss to West Johnny, but they kept it close. And now they sit second in the division, 8-1 on the season. Now, according to high school sports stats, they did play Corcoran last week, and I thought they did, according to Schedule Galaxy as well, but there are no scores for that, so they could have won that game. I'm not 100% sure. Nothing online. That's a point for the Wolves. Not sure what happened there. It could have been a net fault by the North Stars, perhaps. I think she did hit into the net, so maybe not quite sure there.
That's what it looked like.
Oh, it looked like. Oh, never mind. Looked like the ref might have signaled for a lift there, but no, she was just ushering the substitution in for the Wolves. So early substitution here for Indian River. The North Stars sticking with their starting lineup. There's nothing yet to change. Beardsley hits that one to the net, and the Indian River Wolves on a 2-0 run. That one hitting in the net.
Back to CNS.
Yep. 2-0 run ends quickly as the North Stars back up by 4-2 here in this first set. This is one of the games we could see the North Stars sweep, and there's only three opponents the North Stars have not yet swept. That was the Jamesville DeWitt Red Rams, as Peyton Lamont just gentle tap over the net.
Great skill.
Yeah, and not much Michaela Bigelow could do for the Wolves. But, yeah, to the Red Rams, they won 3-2. Then, of course, they lost to the
West
Genesee Wildcats. Thank you. I was drawing a blank there. That one was 3-1, and then they allowed one set to, don't remember the opponent, but it was earlier in the season. And those were the only 3 games they didn't sweep their opponent. Obviously, one was a loss, the other 2 were wins. But in all their wins, they only have 2 wins where they didn't sweep opponents. 3-2 to JD and 3-1 to that earlier opponent that is slipping my mind. But I can look right here.
Is it FM?
It might be. Yes, it was to FM. Right here at home, 3-1. The North Stars, great ball movement so far.
Ooh, beautiful shots right here.
And there was Kendall Rumble to set that one up. Setter for the North Stars, leads Section 3 in assists with 220 coming into this one. Peyton Lamont keeps the play alive. Aaron Abernethy, that's going to be a double hit on the North Stars. I don't know, Kendall Rumble looked confused there. Looked like Abernethy hit into the net. I thought Kendall Rumble was the one who hit it afterwards. And the ref signaling that it was indeed Aaron Abernethy that hit it twice, so don't know.
Great serve.
Yep. Starting things off strong, but Munger gets underneath it. The Wolves try to keep it alive, but a shallow hit by the North Stars. That's really where they thrive. Owen is on those fast, shallow hits.
Yes. Those light ones.
Yeah.
Like lightning. You got to be careful.
And there's an ace from Peyton Lamont, who had 20 coming into this game. Just behind Paige Munger and Grace Schmid, who are first and second. So she's third on the team for aces. Grace Schmid leads the team with 33. Then Paige Munger with 30. But then make it 21 for Peyton Lamont after that one. That one
went out.
Yeah, it looked like it was heading to the west coast there on that hit. Out by a good 3-4 feet. As the North Stars keep it alive with Grace Schmid. And that one a kill.
Good hustle by the North Stars to keep that ball alive right there.
Great movement by the North Stars and an early timeout taken by the Wolves. So the North Stars lead this one 7 points. We'll be back in a minute. We welcome you back here to the Northstar Network, streaming live on YouTube. I'm Joey Cox, your play-by-play commentator, joined here by Owen Lynch and Alex Schneible, who are both camera and producer as well. So the North Stars force Indian River to take an early timeout, and a miscommunication by the North Stars leads to a Wolves point. Paige Munger and Kendall Rumble with the mix-up. Emma Hoover going to sub in for Peyton Lamott. It's the North Stars, one of their first substitutions of the game. They did make a couple earlier, Aaron Abernathy and Viv Beardsley switching in and out with a couple other players, but first major substitution here for the North Stars. So 11-5, they lead by 6. Is that one? Ooh. A bullet! Oh my God, what an ace for Macy Quinton. Now that's the definition. That's a textbook play right there, Owen.
That was fast.
Had the velocity, was shallow, hard for the North Stars to hit.
Looked like the North Stars were surprised.
There's another one.
Successfully set up by the North Stars this time.
Kayla Julian unable to get underneath it. But it makes sense why Macy Quinton leads her team in aces with 30.
Carson Greco with that ace, I believe.
So Carson Greco, that's her 18th of the season. And she gives the North Stars a point, and she gets it back herself. That is not considered an ace
for the North Stars,
but another point for the North Stars nonetheless. Yeah, because Macy Quinton got her hands on that ball. It's not a ace in the stat book for Carson Greco, but very close. That time, just a light tap by Aaron Abernathy. And the North Stars just tacking onto their lead, up 9.
You know, the pendulum is swinging their way, as we mentioned several times before on the broadcast.
Another bullet of a serve by Carson Greco as Emma Hoover slides in to save that one. That one out of bounds as Grace Schmid unable to keep that ball in play. But the North Stars still with a dominant 8-point lead. That one out. And the North Stars have regained their 9-point lead. So the Wolves look to respond. Try to climb their way back as Schmid with a kill. She's having herself a day. Second kill that I've counted. Oh, man. And they're not quite an ace. About 4 fingertips from an ace. As there's another quick timeout by the Wolves. So the North Stars up 11. We'll be back in just a few moments. We're live here on the Northstar Network after another timeout by the Wolves. They've only scored 7 points, and they've already taken both of their first timeouts here in this first set. As what?
Wow. It's a little bit of the rough start for the Wolves.
As Grace Schmid with the kill, as a miscommunication by the Wolves leads to that point. And there's an ace for Carson Greco, her second of the night. And she's got 20. Ooh, sorry. Looking at the wrong player there. She's got 19 so far on the season after the 2 so far tonight. Actually, never mind. I forgot we switched, so that's a Paige Munger ace. As a miscommunication by the Wolves.
You know, just
another point for the North Stars.
Just like the comment right now, how well the North Stars are communicating with each other.
Rumble dishes that one up for Viv Beardsley.
Beautiful shot.
As that one into no man's land. Viv Beardsley. That thing broke the sound barrier. And another, still alive. Great block by the North Stars. But the Wolves keep it alive. Rumble backs up Viv Beardsley. As that one, another kill for Ray Schmid. The outside hitter for the North Stars, Paige Munger. Oh, man. North Stars weren't ready for it. Looked like she wanted to set it up. I think that was number 10, Autumn Lamora, but looked like she wanted to set it up for the Wolves there, that is, but looked like she wanted to set it up instead. Backwards over her head. Sends it over the net, and the North Stars are unprepared. Greco.
Beautiful save by the North Stars.
Yeah, Kendall Rumble to keep that one alive. A little miscommunication there, but they're still playing. That one hit out of bounds by Alina Riley, and the North Stars have set point. North Stars making quick work of this Indian River team. You even look back to last year, the North Stars, when they played Indian River, they had some struggles, so. So the Wolves still in this thing. Sets that one up for Lamont. The Wolves do keep it alive. Viv Beardsley going to send it over. Tries to get the back of the court where nobody's there. But that one out of bounds. And the North Stars have won their first set. So we'll be back in just a few moments on the Northstar Network, streaming live on YouTube, as the North Stars looking to sweep the Indian River Wolves after winning their first set. And we're live here on the Northstar Network, streaming live on YouTube. I'm Joey Cox, your play-by-play commentator, joined here by Owen Lynch and Alex Schneible, who are also our camera operator and producer, respectively. But, guys, I mean, the North Stars have dominated this first one, only allowing 9 points to Indian River, and look to sweep them here in these next two sets. So,
yeah, it's just about cleaning up the little things, misserve, miscommunication, etc.
And North Stars have had a couple mishaps miscommunication-wise, but Indian River having more troubles than the North Stars for sure. I mean, Indian River, they've lost their last 3 in a row after starting the season 6-3.
Just maybe, though, this game, the pendulum will start swinging towards them. Who knows?
North Stars can't let that happen if they're looking to sweep them. Now, West Jenny did sweep them. That was their first game of their their losing streak. These last 3, their first of that last 3 was versus West Jenny, as Indian River first time opening up the scoring. First set was opened up by the North Stars, this time by the Wolves. So here comes Marissa Dierdelay to serve. Sends that one away. It's a little low as Rumble sets that one up for Beardsley, and she sends that out of bounds. A little bit too much gusto on that one. Indian River, their largest lead of this game. Up 2-0. Rumble sets that one up for Lamott.
Save.
It's blocked, but Rumble and Munger save it. Greco sent that one over, but the Wolves keep it alive. Rumble sets that one up for Schmid. Rumble to Munger. Schmid. And the Wolves are still in this rally. Munger, Rumble, Beardsley. Beardsley again. Schmid tries to save it, and the Indian River Wolves are up 3-0. Could this be an upset?
Looks like the set is leaning in their favor.
Yeah, pendulum's starting to swing in their direction. The momentum starting to crawl away from the North Stars. There's a huge kill by Alina Riley. She leads her team with 92, make it 93 after that one. But, yeah, it's tough for teams to get the momentum back in their favor after surrendering it to their opponent. And in this case, the North Stars have allowed the momentum to swing in the Wolves' direction, and let's hope they can regain it. They talk about it a lot. They talk about it in the NFL. They talk about it in baseball. When you concede and give up that momentum, it's tough to get it back. As that kind of happened with the Chargers last night versus the Commanders. The Commanders were struggling at first. Chargers just really had that momentum to start them off like McConkey, and then the momentum just kind of went downhill for them. Commanders kind of gained that momentum, and then Justin Herbert threw that interception on the goal line, and that really solidified the momentum sticking with the Commanders. Let's see if the North Stars 2 back-to-back points, so definitely looking better as Peyton Lamott sends that one over. And the North Stars have 3 points back-to-back. 3-0 run here for the North Stars. Schmid to serve. And that's going to be an ace.
North Stars are tied. Got themselves back into the game.
Still plenty of set left to play. Schmid gonna send that one away, and she's got back-to-back aces to give the North Stars the lead for the first time in this second set.
You know, looks like they're picking up the momentum here.
Oh, man. The momentum does shift a little bit after that play, but looked like she definitely wanted to to hit that one shallow. Owen, and just so too much over top the ball. Sends that one to the net. And the Wolves are now tied back up with the North Stars. Well, and make it the North Stars with the lead once more.
Once again, tried to do a little shallow shot.
That's a substitution here for Indian River Wolves. Here comes Paige Munger to serve. And this has just been back-to-back serving into the net.
The pendulum doesn't know which way it wants to swing.
Let's see. One for the North Stars, one for the Wolves. Now one for the North Stars again. Let's see if the Wolves continue this this trend. They do not. Schmid sets that one up for Terrell, who has not been in this one at all. This is her first time. She did not play any of the first set, Grace Terrell. And now she's here in the second and makes an early mistake. But nonetheless, the North Stars are close. Terrell tries to make up for it. Can't get the ball down. But a mistake by Amelia McCollum of the Indian River Wolves. Lamont with a dagger of a serve, but to no avail as the Wolves take the lead. Great job by Lamont to get underneath it, just Paige Munger couldn't track it down. Here comes Alina Riley to serve. Rumble sends that one over the net. Terrell tries to get the kill. But the Wolves keep it alive, and then a great combination block from Rumble and Terrell to get the North Stars all tied up once more. This one definitely been a more contested, more mistake-filled second set for both of these teams, as they're both still in this one, as Terrell, as I believe that's going to be a lift on the Wolves. Not 100% sure what happened there, as Greco is going to hit that one in the net, and we're all tied up once more. So one more point, and Indian River scores more than in their first set.
You know, I think their nerves are just getting to them right now. Probably both of the teams a little anxious right now. Probably figuring out, trying to read the plays of the other team.
Yep. Rummel's going to set that one up for Terrell. And Indian River, scores their most points so far in this game here in the second set. Up by 1. Hoover gets underneath that one. Schmid to smack that one down. North Stars all tied up once more, back and forth. The pendulum goes. There's a couple substitutions here for the North Stars, as Natalie Hughes only played 8 sets so far. She did play a little bit in the first set, as she's back out there. Sends that one over. Rumble tries to find the empty back court, unable to do so. A quick substitution there for the North Stars. Natalie Hughes only plays a point. North Stars already changing things up. So the Wolves lead this 1-1 as Amelia McCollum tries to keep this thing going. Schmid send that one across. Hoover gets underneath it. Rumble. Schmid as the Wolves keep it alive. Hoover. Back to Rumble. She sends that one over. Rumble and Viv Beardsley getting on the block. And the North Stars tied up. Peyton Lamont going to come into the game. Emma Hoover heads to the bench. North Stars making a lot of substitutions here in this second set. Definitely trying to find out what works and what doesn't after such a contested first double digits. So North Stars take their first lead in quite a while. So they're up by 1.
Question is if they can keep this lead for long.
Right. North Stars looking to sweep. You know, this game started later than expected, so for us here in the booth who were expecting to go home much earlier, because the game was, originally supposed to start at 6. It started a full 45 minutes later. It'd be nice if it was a 3-game sweep or 3-set sweep here, Owen. So,
you know, that's the thing with the volleyball games. They either last a long time or they're quick and easy.
Right. They don't have a consistent length. Kendall Rumble to send this one away as the North Stars have their largest lead of the second set, up 2. Paige Munger, miscommunication there as Schmid and Munger are going to collide, but the play stays alive. Beardsley with the hard hit, and that leads to another North Star point. That's the third North Star point in a row to be scored off of a Wolves out-of-bound hit.
Looks like the North Stars are picking it up.
They're really starting to get in the heads of the Indian River Wolves. Just leading to these costly mistakes. Rumble gets underneath it. Lamont sends that one over the net. Greco to send that sky high. Lamont tries to smack that one down. It's on the line, and the North Stars up 4. 15-11 your score in the second set. Great job by Peyton Lamont to find that open soft spot. And she just she placed the ball perfectly as the Wolves respond, but placed that ball perfectly right on the line to give the North Stars a larger lead. That one's going to be out by not much. It's a close call. The North Stars lead this one 16-12. Good point by Macy Quinton of the Wolves. Now things starting to swing back in the Wolves' direction. North Stars have done a great job re-obtaining that momentum here later in the second set, but still much closer than we would have expected, especially after that first set.
Back to the North Stars.
Right. Now the North Stars back with the serving advantage. Here comes a substitution. Viv Beardsley heads back to the bench.
You know,
as Grace Terrell comes back out, but what were you saying, Owen?
I think they finally figured out what to do. Calm their nerves down a little bit.
Yep. Not getting to their head too much as they do on that play.
Commentators curse.
Yeah. Huge kill by Lamont. She's got 2 in these last few points for the North Stars. Is Lamont here to serve? 18-14. Wolves look to stay in this one. If the North Stars win this one, then Wolves will be forced to have to win their last 3. It was a huge point for Indian River to get them within 3. That one out of bounds. And the North Stars are 6 points away from taking a 2-0 set lead. Here comes Carson Greco with the serve. What a block by Rumble and Grace Terrell to get the North Stars up 5 and 5 away from taking the second set. Terrell with the kill. Not much velocity on that one, just the soft touch, but it's all she needed. As here comes the timeout by the Wolves as they look to climb back, but the North Stars pulling away, 4 points away from taking this set victory. We'll be back. Welcome you back here to the Northstar Network, streaming live on YouTube after a timeout, late one compared to the first set timeouts by the Wolves. But they still take one nonetheless. The North Stars did not use any of their 2 in the first set. If things get a little bit closer, I could see them taking one in this second set. But right now it's the North Stars' momentum in this latter half of the second set. Yeah, Schmid with the kill, or not with the kill, but with the dish over the net. Munger sends that one over. Terrell tries to block it as Rumble not prepared to back her up, as the Wolves down just by 5.
It's been interesting this set, see the momentum change. Right back to CNS.
Yep. And they're just 3 points away. So Natalie Hughes to send that one away for the North Stars. A lot of velocity, but that out of here. The North Stars just 2 away.
You know, sometimes you just miscalculate how much you got to hit it.
Yep.
You know, I'm a volleyball pro. You know, that happens to me a lot whenever I play. Sometimes I think, oh, I only need to tap it a little bit. Doesn't get over. Or I hit it too fast.
What a
and it gets out of bounds.
save by the North Stars. And this is set point.
Let's see if they can calm their nerves down. Get the one last point they need.
Indian River needs to win that point. And they do. So they got serving advantage. And are down by 7. So a lot of space to cover. A lot of room to cover, but it is possible. We've seen it done before. As refs discussing something with scores down there on the sideline. Indian River back-to-back points. And now momentum starting to swing back in their direction.
Getting a little too close for CNS here.
Yeah, will be interesting to see. I think if Indian River gets the next 2 points, we may see a timeout taken by Coach Alicia Nash. Another point from the Wolves. And I think if this gets to a 4-point game, we may see a timeout by the North Stars. Rumble gets there. Viv Beardsley sends it over, but the Wolves keep it going. Emma Hoover sets that one up for Viv Beardsley, and the North Stars back-to-back set victories, and they're up 2-0. We'll be back in just a few moments as the North Stars look to sweep the Indian River Wolves. We welcome you back here to the Northstar Network, streaming live on YouTube. I'm Joey Cox, your play-by-play commentator, joined here by Owen Lynch and Alex Schneible, as the North Stars look to sweep the Indian River Wolves in this third set.
You know, it's not completely over for the Indian River. You know, they scored 9 their first set, but then came back and scored 19. So it's not over till it's over, you know. They're kind of like an old lawnmower. You got to yank the chain a couple times and get that momentum coming back.
Yep. Great analogy by Alex Schneible, who pointed that out during our break. 10 more points scored. Well, I mean, at that rate, they're going to score 29 this set. So the North Stars just need to hold their own, especially on defense, and keep their communication solid, and they can coast to a victory here in this third set. So a couple changes there in the lineup for the North Stars.
You know, Indian River just needs one good run, and they're back in it.
Right. Anything could change. So Addison Branning, who's only played 8 sets, is out there for this third and final set. As she makes an early mistake, but that's okay. It's just first set jitters of this game. She's obviously, again, already played 8 sets before, so she's got playing time, but just her first set of this game jitters. Just needs to get that one out, as she does fine there on that next point. This next serve. Abernathy tries to keep that one in play, but it goes out of bounds, and very similar to our second set start. Indian River scoring 2 early points that time, and they do so in this third set as well. So Marissa Dieterelli to serve that one away for the Wolves. What a block by Erin Abernathy to give the North Stars their first point.
You know, if you were CNS, Joey, what would you do to try to secure the third set?
I mean, don't overthink it. You know, they're probably thinking to themselves, all right, we just need 25 points here before they do, and we've swept them here, like we've done most of our opponents. So you really just don't overthink it. Go back to the basics. Keep the ball in play. Don't try anything crazy, any crazy plays or anything, as Erin Abernathy tries to put that point away, but unable to do so. Grace Schmid. She's back in on the action as the North Stars are all tied up. But yeah, go back to the basics. Keep things simple on defense. Keep things simple on offense. Don't try anything crazy, and the North Stars should be able to coast smoothly to a third set victory and a sweep of the Indian River Wolves. It's a great block by Abernathy, but the Wolves keep it alive. Oh, man. And they end up with the point. Up 3-2. North Stars also need to just focus on their movement, too, because what happens, sometimes they need to make sure that they're backing up their teammates, especially when you got 2 teammates on a block. You know what I mean? You need somebody behind them in case the block fails, in case it finds its way through their fingers, in case it finds their way through their hands. You need somebody backing them up. As Grace Schmid tries to get the kill, but the Wolves get the point instead. But yeah, they need to keep movement fluid. You know, they can't leave too many empty holes, which a couple points ago was the case. But they just need to keep that good movement that they've been doing so well. And that's one of the problems that the boys have had in some of their losses has been movement, especially with communication too. Although their communication has improved from last year, but you know they tend to forget to back up their blockers in front of the net. As Schmid digs that one to keep it alive,
Great example of backup.
Yep.
You know, I think CNS also realizes they have a little bit of wiggle room here. You know, maybe slowing down a little bit, trying to see, calm down. And if they lose a set, they know they got a solid chance to win another.
Caleb Bigelow to send that one away for the Wolves. Abernathy tries to get the kill in the back of the court, but unable to do so as the Wolves having a double lead over the North Stars. 6-3, make it 6-4. It's been serving errors, serving mistakes here early on in these sets that have been proved costly for the Wolves. See if they can clean things up. Here comes Natalie Hughes to serve this one for the North Stars. Yeah, this looks like another talk with the scorers.
And we are all good to start.
Yep. So Natalie Hughes here to send this one away. The Wolves now with another 3-point lead. Their largest of this third set. Luke Ricci has joined us back in the student section. But we lost, we're losing some people. Now we're down to one student.
Theme is Hawaiian. He's dressed up in his Hawaiian get up.
Luau.
Yep.
Paige Munger. This is that one for Terrell, and she serves up a point. Schmid. That one down. Rumble and Terrell prepared for the block, but not necessary as the Wolves send that one into the net. Lamont. A nice line drive over the net. Try to get the North Stars back in this one. Munger. Terrell avoids the double hit. It's a great hit from Addison Branning.
CNS gets it back to being tied.
Munger. Back and forth here. Rumble. Back to Munger. It's that one. Schmid. Zings that one across. North Stars still avoid the double hit. And that one just a little bit outside. Just a bit outside. That one sent out and the North Stars back tied. It's a lot closer than the North Stars would like. A lot closer for, I don't know the word I'm looking for there. Too close for comfort, that's the word.
You know, but under pressure, diamonds form, so who knows?
Right. That one out and the North Stars regain the lead. what a hit, but it is out of bounds. Oh, man. So, Indian River back with the lead. This one's close. Neil McCollum to send that one away, and the North Stars back tied. The North Stars have regained the lead. Been a lot of back and forth so far this set, Owen. Just very similar to the second one. It's really, really only the first set was full domination by the North Stars. This one close, but that one not. As Munger with the ace, and the North Stars up 2.
Maybe CNS is starting to feel their rhythm back.
Sets that one up for Abernathy. The North Stars up 3. They're regaining their lead. Slowly but surely, they're pulling away. It's that one a let. And Munger got another ace. And that's going to be a timeout here by Indian River. Down 5. North Stars are leading this one. So 2 big aces from Paige Munger to shift the momentum for the North Stars, and they're up 5. Abernathy gets in there to avoid the double hit. And that one out of bounds, so Indian River, after a mistake by the North Stars, snaps their 5-0 run. So a lot closer. It's very similar to the second set. Munger gets underneath that to keep it alive. As Addison Branning going to send that one to the net. And the Wolves trail by 3. That's going to be an ace for Marissa Diderelli.
Wolves are slowly coming back here.
After being down 5, they're only down 2. And another mistake by the North Stars. That time
Wolves
by
are
Addison
slowly
Brannon.
catching up.
Yep. Now the Wolves down by just 1. Branning does get underneath that one, but Abernathy whiffs on the hit. Wouldn't have mattered if she had hit it. That probably would have been in the net, and we're all tied. Big hit from Schmid, but the Wolves are still going. Oh, I believe that was a net violation by the North Stars. I don't know. What did you see on that one, Owen? Did you see the North Stars hit the net?
No.
I don't know. Nonetheless, it's going to be a Wolves point.
To me, it looks like they kind of shot the ball out of bounds a little bit.
Yeah. I guess they were just saying it was in. But that was definitely out. Rumble taps that one over, and the North Stars have tied this thing back up. Rumble to serve. Tries to get the ace, but the Wolves keep this rally going. Lamott finds the open court, the soft spot in the zone, and the North Stars have regained the lead. 17-16 your score. Seeing very similar again to the second set. Very close. Rumble serves it. Wolves keep things going. Rumble sets it up for Abernathy. Doesn't score, but that one out of bounds, and the North Stars up by 2. The North Stars with a block. Abernathy and Peyton Lamott to combine for that. To go up 3 scores. Rumble sends it over. And Munger, miscommunication there. Wasn't properly backing up Grace Schmid, and Aaron Abernathy is the Wolves gonna score. North Stars still in this one. North Stars are going to score. I believe that was a net violation by the Wolves. Didn't see what the ref signaled there. So North Stars 5 points away from taking this game and sweeping the Wolves 3-0. 20-17 your score in this third set, as a huge ace from Grace Schmid. So timeout taken here by the Wolves. They're down 4. North Stars lead it. We welcome you back here to the Northstar Network, streaming live on YouTube. I'm Joey Cox, your play-by-play commentator, joined here by Owen Lynch and Alex Schneible. Owen color commentating and camera operating as Grace Schmid with a kill, back-to-back for her. She had back-to-back kills in the second set, and she gets back-to-back kills in the third set, as the North Stars are 3 points away from sweeping the Indian River Wolves. Schmid sends that one sky high. And the North Stars score another one. Aaron Abernathy. And they're just 2 away.
Up by 6 here. It's got to be a big confidence booster for the North Stars to just get the next 2 points.
Up by 6. Schmid. So Indian River does respond and keeps the North Stars away from set point. Actually, game point. Well, let's see if they can stay away from that tricky spot any further. Aaron Abernathy smacks that one down, and the North Stars have set and game point.
They're so close now. Question is if they can calm down, focus enough, try to get that final point.
Yeah, it's not always about the kill. Just keeping the ball in play so you can force the other team to make the good mistakes.
So this set point for the North Stars, they do make a costly mistake there. Grace Terrell and Peyton Lamont are unable to successfully get the block. They trapped the ball in between themselves and the net, but it's still set and game point for the North Stars, just without the scoring or serving advantage. Lamont has the double hit, and the North Stars only up 4, still set and game point. Wolves need to score the next 4 in order for the win by 2 clause to go in effect. Schmid gets underneath it. Terrell smacks it down, and the North Stars take the victory. So that's going to about do it. The North Stars, now if they did beat Corcoran, which we don't have the stat for, they are going to improve to 10-1 on the season, as the Wolves going to fall to 6-7. Huge game for the North Stars to just keep racking on those wins this season. And Grace Schmid had an excellent game for herself. Back-to-back aces in the second set, back-to-back aces in the third set, and the North Stars sweep the Indian River Wolves 3-0. So thank you so much for joining us. Of course, a huge thank you to our crew, my color commentators, and the behind-the-scenes crew, our camera operator and my color commentator, Owen Lynch, my color commentator and producer, Alex Schneible. I'm Joey Cox saying so long from CNS.